ups last week. And we had Miss Lisa working with Brian, and they ended up having to go to a Zoom call.
Yes.
So I don't know what's going to happen here.
We are live on YouTube.
Oh, we're live on YouTube.
Yes.
Well, hello, everyone on YouTube land.
Yes.
We're trying to get connected on Facebook, and
Yes.
Facebook's been a little cattywampus. So I don't know, Brian, if it ends up really a struggle, if we'll just have to send out a, have a Zoom link ready. I'm gonna, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna send a notice. It'll be my keys clicking here.
Set up live video. Okay, so I'm going to turn that off and manually. I have, nope.
Did you find it?
Error performing query. Let's see. Looks like I can do it manually.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, we got
All
it.
right. Hey, good Saturday morning live. This is Nancy coming at you from the E-commerce Business School. And we're going to get a sound check from our team and just make certain that we have gone live. Okay, I'm getting a notification, Brian, for myself on my own computer that we're live. So,
Yep.
Woohoo. Okay. Well, good. Just in the nick of time. So good morning, everybody. Let us know if you can hear us. And I'm just going to open up this so I can see and look for comments. Okay, so far I don't have any comments coming in yet. Okay. Yeah, nothing yet. Okay, so now let me see if our team, okay, Loretto says it's live. I started me. Okay.
Yep.
All righty. Well, again, good morning, everybody. We've got to get an email out just to, oh, no, that's interesting. Who could that be right there? Coming into our call.
Well, I'm going to remove. And,
I don't know who could possibly have gotten that
yeah.
link. Okay, there we
go.
are. Okay, well, hey there again, Ann Sagan. We have with us Brian Cummings, our Director of Training and Coaching, and a very, very special guest, Tia McLean. Good morning to you, Brian and Tia.
And good morning, everybody.
All right, we are super excited to have you here. I think it's going to take a little time for people to roll in because we're getting an email sent out now that we have the link. And so what we'll do is we'll go through our usual announcements, and then hopefully by the time everyone's here in about 5 minutes after or so, we will get started with our interview with Tia, who is a peak performance mentoring. You're a graduate, right, Tia? Have you graduated?
Yes.
Awesome. So that means you got one of these? Did you get one of these shipped out
Yes,
too?
I did. Yes.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Isn't that fun to get this? And
Yes, it is.
It's,
Exciting.
you know, it's like, this is harder, wasn't it? So yeah, we really enjoy shipping those out. Okay. Sound is good for all three. Okay. That's good news too. All right, so what I think we'll do, Brian, is we'll go ahead and get started with our slides and do our usual announcement. Okay. All righty. So Lisa just saw us go live, so I think Facebook is just moving the electrons a little bit slowly this morning. Maybe Facebook just had a little too much turkey and they're kind of sleepy on their end. Anyways, okay, so again, welcome to Saturday Morning Live. We do this every Saturday. We're really excited to be with you here during this Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend, which has been special, of course, because of Thanksgiving. But I have to say, Black Friday and Cyber Monday, this is the most lucrative time of the year for Amazon sellers. So this is an incredible weekend. Members getting incredible numbers of sales, and it's a lot of fun. People prepare throughout the year for Q4. So super excited about that. Okay, so we want to welcome, I'm on slide 2 there, Brian. We're going to welcome new members into the E-commerce Business School. So you can just let us know, and I know people are still rolling in because of the email just going out, but let us know that you're here And if you're a guest and you're just learning about the e-commerce business school, just say hi. We've got a really friendly group here. And I've invited in some folks who are checking us out. So I hope they're able to make it in today. So again, a very warm welcome to our newest members. And now we'll go to slide number 3, which is really important. We cover this every week as such a reminder because it's so important. The 3 pillars of e-commerce success. The first pillar is to generate cash flow, jumpstart your business, and keep it going. Pillar number 2 is to automate systems. And you're going to hear a good portion of that today from Tia. And you want to automate systems so it can free up your time so you can scale up your business. So Tia has this skill in spades. Stay tuned for her tips. Pillar number 3 is to build assets so you can pass on to your family or sell to investors for a profit. So those are our 3 pillars of e-commerce success. We have a more full-length video, about 12 minutes in length, that's over on our EBS homepage, and we'll give you that later as well. Okay, what we would love for you to all do is share the good news of the e-commerce business school. So many people are re-careering, they're wanting to add in additional stream of income at a pace never seen before historically. And I will say COVID has definitely been a catalyst to that. So share the good news of Saturday Morning Live with others. You just hit that little share arrow and you can share this on your own timeline and let folks know, because people are looking, they're looking for ways to get extra income into their household. Some looking for this as a retirement plan. We'll hear more about that today from Tia. So if you can, share the good word. And then our next slide is the weekly Feed the Beast challenge. So we do this every Friday within our community. We have a private group that you have to be a member in order to participate in there. And the Feed the Beast, well, the beast is Amazon and all those starving Prime shoppers. Tia, are you a Prime shopper by any chance?
Absolutely.
In fact, let me know in the comments section, folks, whether you're a member with us here or not. Are you an Amazon Prime shopper? I was just telling my husband about it, Brian. He doesn't fully get Prime, you know? And I'm like, Brian, I have a Prime membership. We get all these things because of it. He kind of didn't pay attention to it. I've had it for years. Anyway, so that's who we are supplying to, are these Amazon Prime customer buyers through us as third-party sellers, and we make up 57% of all Amazon sales. All right, we're going to go to the next slide, and this week's winner is Victoria. So congratulations to you, Victoria. I don't know if you're here today. So everyone give Victoria a kudos there. And you can see she's got the trunk of her car open and she's feeding the beast and saying happy holidays to everybody. We got this, people. So give it up to Victoria. Thank you for your participation. And to everybody else who participates in Feed the Beast. People post throughout the week. For Feed the Beast, we have people do hashtag Feed the Beast, and then we select a winner. So Victoria, you're going to get a special gift. And one of my amazing customer care team members will reach out to you and let you know, the different choices. It's oftentimes a mug, a tote bag. There's a number of gifts there, and so you get to choose one of those. So congratulations to Victoria. Everybody give that up to Victoria in the comment section.
Victoria's here on this
Victoria.
SNL with us today. So congratulations,
Awesome.
Victoria. She's a current Peak Performance member, 90-day Peak Performance member, and she's doing awesome with building her business, progressing with her business.
I love it. So happy for you, Victoria. All right, now, okay, we hope that people have been able to since get our email and log in here. And let us know if you're here, by the way. Say good morning to us. Let us know where you're calling in from. I'm hosting this call from Northwest Arkansas. Was going to be up in Minnesota, had a change of plans. And Brian, you're in Northern California.
Close to the Oregon border. And
Close.
Tia.
And Tia, so good morning to you, Tia. We've got a picture of you up on our screen here. We're just going to share a couple of those pictures and then we'll go on into our full interview. So
Okay.
if you want to show both slides there, Brian, the first one and then the second one. And that's apparently your very super organized workspace there, right, Tia?
Yes.
So, all right.
I love
Okay.
it. You know, she's got 3 monitors there, which is very similar to the same setup I've got in my screen. My printer on my right, it looks very, very similar.
Okay.
That's
You know,
great.
there's a lot to be said about that ergonomic setup of your workstation. I'm really big on that. And if I don't have my own, if I'm not in front of my own workspace, I just feel out of sorts. So I
Yeah.
love my little spaceship that I have. So anyway, so let's do this. Let's go
And
full screen, or go ahead, Brian.
and let's while we're on this slide here, I wanted to mention 2 other things. T, I don't know if you can see this or not on your own computer or your phone, but we have your sales progress. This was a post that you made, I think, on the 17th of November.
Mhm.
And, you know, the yellow bars, each of them
Yes.
going higher and higher and higher. You said you had a goal to double your sales each
Yeah.
month.
hmm
How are
Yes,
you
I did.
how are you
hmm
doing on this, you know, with Black Friday weekend and going into December?
Yes. So I'm hoping to. I'm actually at a point where I'm going to make my $5,000, my first $5,000 month. So I'm working on that, and I'm hoping by the time Wednesday, whenever the 1st of December is, that I would have reached that goal and hopefully double from last month. So I'm watching that and constantly walking my store and checking and making sure that things prices are where they need to be and that sort of thing. Advertising is running properly and that sort of thing. So, yeah, just fingers crossed.
And you have
That
more
will happen.
inventory arriving now as well, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Constantly going in. So, yeah,
Great,
constantly
great.
going in. FBM and FBA. So, yeah.
Awesome. Good deal.
And the middle
FBM.
picture
Oh,
there,
go
I'm
ahead, Brian.
sorry, the middle picture too is your VA.
Yes. Test. Yeah.
Aw.
I
Okay.
can't see. I can't see your screen, but yes.
Aw. That's awesome. I love
Yes.
it. Okay, we're going to back up a little bit. And what we'd like to know is a little bit about you and your background, your
Mhm.
career,
Mhm.
and what has led you to starting an Amazon business. If you can even cover that time, that moment in time where you tripped over our information and just everything leading up to that decision to commit to building your business.
Sure. Um, well, I have a career in the military. I ended up getting out early because when I had my first daughter, the first Kuwait War had broken out, and they were threatening to send me to war, and leave my newborn baby. So it worked out where I got out. My husband did stay in, and I developed a lot of organizational skills in the military. As you know, the military is very structured, and you know they have things in order. So that helped me develop those skills as well. Um, just fast forward, just recently when our where I work now, my full time job, they after a year of COVID decided to close down. And fortunately, I'm still there because I'm administration. And of course, closing down a business takes time. So, we're still there tying up loose ends. And I've always loved e commerce, but I knew that Amazon was a whole nother entity from eBay or any other online e-commerce. So I was kind of searching for something that would guide me through that process because I wanted to do it correctly and not go in and make a bunch of mistakes, waste money, that type of thing. And I prayed about it, and I was just like, just looking for a school or something where I could learn a new skill, that type of thing. And I was looking at YouTube and found your uh, video there. And I said, well, let me take a look at this. And I showed my husband, and my family, and they said, "You've done so much for everybody else. Do this for yourself. Go for it." Because they said this is something, this is in your realm. This is what you like to do. So I just went for it. I said this sounds like this is really good. And the thing that caught my eye was the handheld holding. And I said, if they're going to guide me through step by step by step, then this is where I want to be. Because if I have any questions or anything like that, I should be able to get that help. And it has proven to be true. I mean, all the way from the beginning to now. And it's so much to learn. I mean, I'm constantly learning, and the with all that you offer, the coaches. I mean, it's just I can't even describe how I feel as far as feeling, like I can just go and ask a question and it's just going to be answered. And then I'm back on track again, So, yeah. So that's
Awesome.
where I am.
Okay. Well, that military background and being an administrator.
Yes.
So thank you for sharing the background about that. And,
Sure.
that time when you were reviewing the information and that you believed and you had faith in what we were going to offer, and we
Yes.
delivered. We delivered.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about the beginning phases when you got going, because Brian shared a little bit with me about that, and I'm going to think a lot of people will be able to relate and
Yes.
understand those initial feelings that you went through. If you can describe that phase.
Sure. Initially, when you're going through, you feel a little overwhelmed, because it's just so much information. I mean, great information that you just want to grab onto and just, absorb it all. But of course, you can't absorb it all at one time. You kind of have to take it little by little, and in steps to, you know, get it where you can understand it, right away. Sometimes with the videos, you just have to watch them again and again. And then finally you're like, oh, I get it now, So um, that's exactly what I went through. And my biggest, I guess, halt was ordering supplies. I knew that since I was working a full time job, that I would have to absolutely have someone else prep my products. I immediately got a little anxious because I said, okay, I'm going to have boxes coming to my house and I'm going to have to prep these items. I already knew that I was going to have someone else do it. So that's what I started doing research on prep centers and that sort of thing, and found that it was going to be more cost effective for me to do it that way. So I said, okay, this works for me, and so far so good. I'm glad I started that way. I still want to learn how to do it myself, but I like that much better. Yeah. So, but yes, so that was my beginning, just trying to grasp the information, and then also just learning that you take one step at a time, attend the group coaching sessions, as many. I think I was probably on all of them. If they had 5 a day, I was there. And
Yes.
or I would watch a recording. That's what I love, is recorded, so you can always go back and listen again. So I just love it. It's just available for you, and you don't have to worry about that part, missing out on anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to dig a little deeper.
Mhm.
So you're an administrator, and in that sense of being an administrator, you had to administrate yourself to go and do the work. So
Yeah.
you're working full time.
Mhm.
About 70% of our members are either working full time or part time.
Mhm.
And I'd love to hear your organizational, like, how did you go? Okay, I got my job, but now I'm developing this business. Any kind of like structure you can share about how you set up the discipline to go through the training. I'd like to hear anything you got on that.
Yes. Yeah. I would go to work in the morning, and then when I would come home, I guess my excitement just drove me. I mean, I just wanted to hear everything. Honestly, if a small group coaching was going on driving home, it was on my cell phone. I was listening to it then. I just used every minute of my time that I had to immerse myself into the program, because I wanted to learn so much about everything, and I just didn't, I don't know, it's just the engagement and just hearing what all there was to offer. And the more I did that, the more I learned, and I was like, oh wow, they some things would be repeated, but there was always something new, like a little golden nugget there that you were like, oh, okay, that's how that goes in with that. Um, and I just pretty much took as much time as I had to, watch videos. I would come home, if I missed something, I would go find that video and watch that video. I love the Facebook page. I would, if I had questions, I could type my questions in there, ask any question that I had. It's just everything is just available for you, and I didn't feel left out, and I didn't feel like there was no time to learn. I just took every minute. If I had an hour a day, I took that hour and I immersed myself into the program, and then started over again the next day. So that's pretty much how I handled that.
I got a follow-up question to that.
Hmm.
You said something really key,
Hmm.
and you said it was your excitement that drove you.
Yes.
What was the excitement? What vision did you have for yourself coming into the program that was compelling you forward, that made you excited when you're driving home from work and you couldn't wait to get into your training? What
Yes.
was that excitement?
So since the job is, the company that I work for has closed down, that eventually my job will end as well. I never wanted to go back and work for anybody else. I always wanted to work for myself. And I could see where this program has built a solid foundation for a great business. And I wanted to put all that I had into that business. Also, my husband is a disabled vet, and I also want to make it so that we both can be home, retire early, and just enjoy life, and also have this lucrative business. So I had set in my mind that this is going to be it. This is what I'm going to do, and just have a set plan of how I'm going to get there, and building it slowly and steadily, and building a solid foundation. Also, for the VA, I care for my VA who's working for me. I want her to have a solid job that she can um, depend on down the line, and then I'll be bringing on more VAs that are going to depend on a business being lucrative where they can have a job and have income as well. So I feel responsible for that and want
Yes.
to continue that, and continue working on the business. Yeah.
Wow, I love it. You said this is going to be it.
Yep.
You committed.
Yes.
That's what it takes. Brian, music to our ears, true?
Oh, that's right. We see a lot of people that dabble in this.
Yeah.
Show me the proof before I commit. But unfortunately, that's
Yeah.
not the way the world works. We need to
Right.
commit, and then the results show up after our
Mhm.
commitment.
Yes. That's why I wanted to dig deeper, because
Mhm.
that's where we find where when people fail, they didn't have the full commitment to see it through. And it
Right.
is an emotional thing. It's about
Mhm.
that hope and expectation for the future that
Yeah.
compels you forward out of your current state. That's what it's all about, and doing your vision casting. Okay, let's get into administrative tips for the actual execution of doing the business. Does that super organizational stuff that you love? Our
Mhm.
members love to soak up any kind of little, like you said, one of those golden little tidbits.
Yes.
And I just want to say to in advance, so everybody knows, I'm going to link this out. No, Brian, can I? And that is that Tia has agreed to come into a subsequent small group coaching call where she's going to teach her Trello setup. And the Trello is an online organizational system to help manage your business online. So I wanted to preface and say that so that you're going to get a little more bigger piece and actual formal training from Tia sometime yet to be determined. But so let's dig into that. And I know that you love this part of the business. So all yours.
Okay. Should I share my screen?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's always the fun part, looking at someone's inside office.
Just let me know when you can see my screen.
Okay.
It's
not
coming
quite
through.
yet.
We're still waiting.
Okay.
There we
There it
go.
is. Okay.
Okay. So what I decided, as I was going through the course and the training, I heard about the Trello board, and I had never heard of it before, and I wanted to know exactly what is this Trello board, because I heard organization behind it, so I was immediately on it. So I said, so I looked at it. I had to figure it out a little bit because it had some little nuances with it. So I love this board, and I think that everybody who is in business or in this particular business should really consider using it, because it gives you a visual of what your business it looks like now and what it's going to look like. So here I have all of my business information. Everything that your school has taught us to do is to have your business information, registration, all your financial information, other business information, like eventually, you'll need liability insurances and legal services. If you want a mailbox, all your securities in place. You could use different things like LastPass. I have a VPN for I and my VAs, backup. So you're looking at this and you're saying, this is my business right here. This is what I need to operate, without looking all over the place, different places where you've taken notes and that sort of thing, and wondering, what was that I needed, or what's going on here? Then I have a list of my team, which I'll be adding more to the team. I do attach my contracts to my team, so that if we need to go back to it or change it, it's there. Also my business operation tools, Amazon. We start off with, and eventually you go into other, business platforms, which, a lot you learn later on, of how to use those as well. But all my Amazon tools that I need, the repricer, inventory lab, just things that make your business run, fluidly. And my prep center, all my emails, all my cashback sites, sourcing and purchasing spreadsheets, tracking. Um, I just think that it's important to have everything in one place so that you're not all over the place. I know it helps me out, and I just think it's beneficial for anyone to have this. Also, it helps later on, like I plan on doing, is eventually building my business and selling it. That if someone comes here, they see that everything is structured, everything is here. What did you use to, build your business? What bank accounts do you have? That sort of thing. And it's just all here. It's not all over the place, so
Tia,
that's pretty much, yeah.
if I may, I want to let everybody know that when we talk about the three pillars, obviously you can see that this is systems here, that this is systems in place. But this board that you're seeing of Tia is all the assets. It's a list of assets in her business. And this provides more value. And Tia just hit on it a moment ago. When she goes to sell it, it'll all be in one place. That's what buyers want to see. This is a list of assets. All this work that she has invested in her business adds additional value to it. So awesome here, Tia.
Yeah. It's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. I didn't know if you wanted me to share another board or whatever, but this is the foundation of the business, and everything that you need to keep it running. And also you can add to it, because I've added things to it as the business grows, like I'll be adding team members, or maybe even adding anything to it. It can be changed around, because businesses don't stay the same, they change and grow. So it grows right on your Trello board where you can see where you've been and where you're going.
Would you like to show the tasks?
Oh,
how
sure.
do you organize tasks, the activities, the day-to-day running of your business? So
Sure.
here's another board on Trello. Trello is composed of different boards. You can create them at will. And this is what Tia has done for the daily activities in her business.
So what I have here is information. I like to keep the team updated on things. So we have like a news update thing here. So we'll know what we're doing next as far as, what we're going to learn. So I'm constantly teaching my VA. So I do a little bit at a time. When they're fully comfortable and have mastered a certain area of the business, then we can move on to the next. It could take 2 months. I don't care how long it takes, as long as they're grasping the information and that they're comfortable with it and they're not overwhelmed. It becomes secondhand to them. Then we can move on to the next thing. I also, initially with my VA, we had, she didn't quite understand. She's seen the Trello board before, but didn't understand it. So every aspect of the business is on here. Like I've created a video to show her how to use the board so that she could, so that it's there for her to watch anytime. Of course, she can ask questions anytime. But what happens to, on Sunday night, because she's 12 hours ahead of me, she's in the Philippines, her card will appear here. You can automate your cards to automatically appear for her duties. And then what happens is once she starts her duty, she'll move the card here to in progress. And once she's finished, she'll put completed. And then if it's a Monday, she'll open this card and place in there what duty she accomplished for that day. If she sourced 8 leads, she would put, I sourced 8 leads and I walked the store, I walked the inventory in the store, whatever she did that day. That way, when I come here, I'm not guessing what she did or didn't do. I can open the card and say, oh, she already did this, or she did this for the day. And it's simple. It's just a simple board. I don't have a whole lot on here because I don't want to, want it to be confusing, for myself or her. And she just moves her cards over, and when she's done, for the day. But that's pretty much the setup for the daily tasks. And
I love this.
It's helpful.
What you've done, Tia, is set up an organized work environment for someone to come in and excel in their workmanship for you, so that you've made it very clear and functional. And I'm an extremely visual person. And because here it is, this whole interesting online space, right? Which can feel like you got all these ideas up here and you have this stuff running around in your head. I cannot work in that capacity. I have to put it down to a visual board. We use 2 different management systems ourselves because we have a team of 25, 30 people, and we have to coordinate as this very large team inside the e-commerce business school and see that one task is being moved to the next person, closing the loop, And so the organization that you need, what I love is that you're doing this, you started very quickly into this, and you're set and poised for growth because it's all clear what you're structuring out. I love this. Can folks write in the comments section? Yes, you're very welcome. Can folks write in the comments section? How many of you maybe some of you already have a Trello board in this kind of organization, but has this been helpful to you to see how, wow, that's how I can become more efficient in my business instead of, I'll just tell you a little backstory. So I came on online in 2004, had our corporation set up. We were working together in about 2005, a year later with the full operation. It was all through emails. And there would be multiple email threads. And I'm just like, this is crazy. I don't think this is going to work long term. And then we found an online organizational system. And it was just like, oh, the heavens open up, and the pressure of having this kind of a mess, just strictly email correspondence. And we had to evolve. We had to evolve in order to get to a place of scale. But just to repeat what Brian said earlier too, is a would-be business owner is going to want to see systems in place, teams and your software. Everything is so clearly laid out that someone can easily step in and see them becoming, the CEO and operator. So that's being very mindful of that pillar number 3 that we talked about. Just really a phenomenal job. And I'm excited, Tia, because you can more easily transition into growth because you've got a growth system in place.
Thank you. Thank you.
Outstanding. All right. Any questions that folks have? And other than that, we also want to mention that again, to get a little more thorough exposure of this, we will be announcing a special small group coaching call. Those are hosted twice a week. We have the basic with those who are currently in peak, and we have the advanced. So a notice will go out. So let's talk about the future. Here it is, Q4. We're in Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Let's talk about the future and what your plans for growth are.
So I'm just consistently rinsing and repeating the process that you all have taught us. I'm constantly sending products in. I'm constantly walking my store, just doing the same things over and over again that have worked for me so far. And, praying for a successful Q4 in December. Actually, my Q4 actually started in August. I was really surprised. The sales just picked up toward the end of August and have been great ever since. So I only can imagine what December will bring. So, yeah.
You probably can't imagine, Tia, but
It's coming.
It's going to be fun to watch.
Beautiful.
Yes.
All right. Now, we may have people who are watching right now who are in your shoes where you were July or prior to July coming into e-commerce business school, who are looking and considering starting an Amazon business. Can you speak directly to those folks, your advice for people as they're evaluating our information and considering coming into e-commerce business school? We have our 90-day peak performance mentoring, and just speaking to those folks who are looking and really wanting to find a place to throw down their roots and grow and thrive and prosper.
Yes, I would like to say that, some people can, be skeptical. There's a lot of programs out there that claim to do this and that. I'm the type of person where a lot of things don't impress me. I mean, I really have to, hear and experience it before I can give my honest opinion. And I have experienced EBS Business School, and I have experienced it. And it's one of the best experiences that I've ever had. I mean, it lives up to everything that they say. I mean, my main thing is that the help that you get once you're in here is totally hand-holding. I mean, you are not left alone ever. If you're looking to change your life, maybe use it as part-time income. You have a trip you want to go on. I mean, it could be any dream or that you may have, whatever it is. You have to have your why. Why do I want to do this? And what's going to drive me to do
Thank you.
Mhm.
Really appreciate that. I hope that's helpful to people who are
Mhm.
looking at our information and wanting to, find a new income source. So I really, really appreciate that, Tia. Thank you for sharing your Trello board. I'm glad Brian asked you to go even deeper. And I'm like, oh, I like that.
Thank you for
Closing the
having me.
loop.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to go through some final announcements here. Can you all, in the meantime, though, give Tia some love in the, just hit that love, the heart, the like, whatever suits your fancy, for Tia being here this weekend with us and sharing with you folks. She started in July. This is where she's at this point, and sharing with you her success and some of her tips and strategies. And she's been gracious enough to offer to go deeper into that in a members small group coaching call. So again, we'll get that information out to you. All right, the kudos are coming in. Dari says, this is great information. I'm definitely a person that needs to get more organized. I've been wanting to look into Trello. This will help me push along. Thank you, Tia. That's from Dari. Charles, great to hear Tia will be a featured speaker. Ed, nice work, Tia. Love it. William, giving a heart. Kathy, thank you so much. All righty. Good deal. Thank you, everybody. All of our guests always deserve that nice kudos and praise for spending their time. Okay, let's share our slides, Brian. And we do want to invite in anyone who's scoping us out, the E-commerce Business School. We just held a Black Friday workshop yesterday at 12 p.m. CT. And we're going to do an encore with Q&A tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Some people are still recovering from their turkey day, morning meal to make it. So for those of you who are just learning about us, the link should be in the comment section, in the description, but perhaps Loretto or Lisa will also post the registration link. And again, that's for folks who are just looking at what we have here. And the workshop is called the Automated Ecom Biz Workshop, a proven blueprint to a virtually automated Amazon business. And this is how we teach and train people, is starting from day one to aim to have this become a hands-off business. You're the CEO working on the business. You can see that Tia has quickly evolved to working on her business pretty darn quickly, right? All right, so the link will be in the comments section. Look for that. We'll go to the next slide. If you want to learn more about the E-commerce Business School, aside from tomorrow's workshop, please attend that. But you can also go to our homepage and you go to joinebs.com to gain access to that. Our next slide, it's really true, hustle and heart. Hustle and heart is what sets us apart as a community. And just once again, the next slide there is to go to our homepage to access our free training, and you'll get a whole lot more student success stories on our homepage as well. We have a blog too with many, many, many posts, and we have that there as well. So thank you everyone for attending this week's edition of Saturday Morning Live. Brian, thank you for organizing this call. Thank you, Tia, for you. I so appreciate you.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
All right, till next Saturday. See you then, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Mm-hmm.